Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cocktails and Rocktails with me, your most notorious groupie, Alice Rouse, author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie, and these other little books right here. You guys go check them out. Where you can find everything is down in that description. I do have merchandise. I have Patreon. And Patreon, I've got some special surprises for everybody over there. Starting in probably February, but do stay there because I'm ready to thank you guys in big ways. And speaking of in big ways, I always like to give a lot of love, a lot of thanks, and huge, just can never thank you enough to everybody who has stuck around, who's been promoting, giving me great ideas, helping me find things that I can't find. You guys are fucking awesome. Desiree, Diana, Ronnie, Tamara, so many people that I can't even, I'm going to try and say everybody's names. Annie, so many. Susie Q, love you guys. All you Scorpions fans, gonna have to the swear words, because now that we've reached 1,000, I've got to watch my swear words. And today, you guys, speaking of swear words, we're going to get into a little story involving Guns N' Roses. And there's a reason for this story, because I get a lot of younger women who are just starting out in life, discovering their adulthood and stuff like that, emailing me about how they want to be with this guy, they haven't really dated yet or anything like that. And I really want to address you guys with kind of a horror story. Because, as I always say, don't rush everything. Don't get into a world that you cannot handle. Don't paint yourself into a corner you cannot handle. And I'm not saying you can't handle rock and roll. I'm just saying don't rush into things. And there's a reason why. And today we're finishing off this little guy, the Dragon's Blood. This is from New Holland. They're out of Michigan. Really friggin' awesome bourbon-soaked stout. It's a barrel-aged. I love a barrel-aged stout. And, of course, I'm finishing it up in my Sophia. I love head out of a mug. Or beer out of a head. Well, there was this one musician that I could balance my beer on his head when, he got a tap, tap, tap. I'd knock that beer right over. Because, you know what? If you're not spilling this mug when it's on your head, you're not doing it right. So cheers, big ears. Let's kick up your feet and have a cocktails and rocktails. It's going to get good. Okay. So, like I said, picture it. Salt Lake City, about 92, 93. Salt Palace. Guns N' Roses was coming to town. They were not in town the night before. And I had this guy that I knew in high school named Drew. His sister Tisha was about a year or two younger than me. And I was probably about 20 at the time, so it had to be earlier than 92 with Guns N' Roses. Izzy Stradlin was still in the band. And Tisha, Drew's sister, had just grown up, just gorgeous. California next door, blonde, just naturally beautiful. And a lot of Mormon women are, and she was Mormon. A lot of Mormon women are absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Beautiful. So she had kind of made her way to a party that we were having because my mom was out of town. So it had to have been before that. How old was I? I get things mixed up because I wasn't just with Axel the one time. But, so anyway, excuse me. So anyway, she was talking about how bad she wanted to be with Izzy Stradlin, and that was her dream guy, and blah, 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 blah. And we're like, cool, you should come hang out with us. We're going to go hook up with Guns N' Roses. We're going to go party. It was they were opening up for Iron Maiden, I believe. And I was with Bruce. I wasn't with Axel yet. So, we're like, cool, And it was about a month before, and she was just calling and hanging out. And she's really sweet girl. Really sweet girl. Like Heather Locklear would play her in a movie. That's the kind of, and she was sweet. But anyway, so we're all hanging out, and it comes up along the way that she has not, how do I put this? lost her cookies. Yet. She had done a couple things, but she wanted Izzy to be her first. Oh. And so Danny and I both just were like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, darling, no. Because Guns N' Roses was only going to be in town for one day. We knew how it was going to go. And we told her. First of all, he has a girlfriend, fiance. I don't know if he'd married the first wife yet. But they were definitely together. At least engaged. And we told her, we're like, first of all, don't get your hopes up into, not that she couldn't get him, because she 100% could. Because she was that beautiful. But don't be approaching it with your ideal fantasy of how this is going to go. Because they are only going to be in town one day. And Danny and I were very clear. You guys know me here. We do not pussyfoot around. We tell it like it is. And we told her, you're going to meet him. He's going to take you on the bus. It's going to happen. He's going to say thanks, have a beer, kick back, and he's going to leave. Oh, no, they're not staying in town. They have a show the next day. They've got to go down to Arizona or wherever they were going. And we told her, no, unless you know the guy already, we don't. Because it's going to be humiliating to you when you're buying your first cookies from your Girl Scouts. So fast forward, and she's like, oh, okay, I won't. We're like, meet him, get to know him. They're going to be back in a couple months anyway, because tours would churn through Salt Lake City 2-3 months at a time. Like, we'd see these bands every few months, because tours would last a year and a half, 2 years. So they were coming through Salt Lake City a lot on purpose, because we were the groupie capital of the world in 80s. Not kidding. Now it's mostly Brazil, because you ladies are hot. So anyway, day of the show rolls around. We know. Danny and I already know people up there. We're like, okay, Tisha, you can come with us, but do not leave us. Do not try and play your little chess game, because it's not going to turn out pretty. So we get there. We're saying hi to everybody. Danny and I are making the rounds. We're saying hello. We're hugging all of our old friends. We see Slash. We see, and maybe Kristen was there, because maybe this is the time they had the pass on the end of a fishing pole. Picture it. The back parking lot where the tour buses were. And this was a thing. I think it was started by Motley Crue. So there was a fishing pole, and they would cast it out with a pass on the end of it and just leave it there when no one was looking. And when the girls would stand on the sidewalk waiting to get on the bus or to meet the band or whatever in the 80s, because that's what we did, they would see this pass on the ground and the fishing rod. We did not make it up, so people do not hate on me for this. So anyway, we were kind of playing that in the parking lot, just goofing off. And I took off with my guy, with Bruce. Was doing whatever. Saying hello. A big old hello. Wasn't that big. But anyway, I digress. So Danny takes off. Kristen goes, finds her. She man-eats her guy, because we were all man-eaters, let's face it. You call the men playboys or bachelors? Sweetie, we're man-eaters. So we all take off and leave Tisha in the hands of a trusted roadie, Richie Barron, who has passed away. God rest you, Richie. He was one that basically made me and my friends the queens of the scene. He worked with a lot of awesome bands. Big bands in the 80s. So anyway, we're like, Richie, protect her. Don't let anything happen. She somehow gets away from Richie. And she goes and she finds Izzy. Lordy. She finds Izzy. What do you think happened? Yeah. she meets him. He sees her. She's beautiful. She is sweet. She is charming. She is shy. I mean, just that perfect little blonde girl next door. That shy girl. Really sweet. Just, of course, he's going to be attracted to her like bees to the queen, right? Oh, God. So we run. So I come out and I see Danny. I'm like, where's Tisha? I don't know. I thought Richie had her. And here comes Kristen with her guy and Richie, because Kristen and Richie had a thing too, and they were friends. So they come walking. I'm like, where's Tisha? They're like, we don't know. We thought she said she was coming to see you guys. She said she was coming to Bruce's. I'm like, she didn't come in there. The only one that came in there was me and Bruce. And so anyway, we're like, oh my God. So we go running out to the back parking lot. We go running to Guns N' Roses bus because they still had their bus back then. And where do you think she is? We walked in right as he was walking out, and she was just left in a compromising position in the back lounge. And she was mad, and she was in tears, and she was hurt. And we told her, Tisha, we told you not to do this. Why did you do this? She's like, because and you know how strong women are. We're going to do what we want, and she's a strong woman. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible. And then she got so mad, and she wasn't a drinker, so we took her into, the dressing room with Bruce and Danny and me and Kristen, and we were taking care of her, and she just started doing shots and got all just angry drunk, and then said she was going to accuse Izzy of something he did not do, something very serious, which anything like that happens to any woman, man, child, anything, I stand behind them 100%, but I do not stand behind false accusations. And these were 100% false accusations. Because she was so hurt that it went exactly how we told her that it was going to go. We're like, no, don't go that far. Please, please don't. Because we didn't want her to go through that when she when she decided to deliver her Girl Scout cookies. So it was not a pretty day, and we were all like, there was tour managers and roadies and everybody scrambling to keep her in that dressing room because she was going to go find the backstage cops that's at every concert and file a false report and stuff, because people who have done that deserve to be in prison and have their lives destroyed. But people who are falsely accused do not. Let me make that clear. Because the falsely accused are very, very rare. Accusations tend to be about 99% true. So, anyway, we had to corral her, and she was just so hysterical. Finally, we just decided, listen, you've got to go home. You've got to go home. I gave her the key to my apartment. Told her to go sleep in my bed because I didn't want her going home at this point and her family freaking out and escalating the situation. Because she 100%, and we told her not to. Because just because my situation was very, very different doesn't mean that's right for everybody, and it wasn't right for Tisha. So you guys, all you young ladies, you kids, 18, you women, just discover yourselves and your desires. Please, take it slow. It's okay. Have normal experiences first. Work your way into things. Don't have a fantasy about everything that's going to happen because these guys are just real. And in the 80s, that was a reality. That's why I say don't have sex on the bus with your guy unless you've known him for a while. Because it's not what you want it to be. If you want to get to know the guy and have a long-term relationship, that's something that comes later. Like, you know, that's in the behinds. You don't do that right off the bat. Oh God, no. That's something that once he knows you, respects you, and is like, whoa, super treat, if that's what you choose. But yeah, it was not a pleasant situation, and we protected Izzy from that, and we protected her as well, because she stayed in my house for a couple days, and I just took care of her, and I was like, I'm sorry, honey. And then she ended up moving out to LA and meeting her husband, who was kind of a John Bon Jovi lookalike. And I think it was a radio DJ or something. They moved back to Salt Lake City. They had a son. And we stayed in touch for a long time. And she came to barbecues at my house. And like I said, she was a wonderful person. And she was like, you know what? I want to thank you for really... You guys warned me. And I was so mad. And I'm so glad that you took care of me that 2 days. Because I don't think I would have been the same had I not had someone there. And not everybody's going to have someone there like me or like Danny or like Kristen or Desiree or Diana or, you know, Mandy or people who were groupies in the 80s. We were a network of family. And it's not like that today. So everybody's just trying to grab the brass ring. Ladies, don't try to grab the brass ring. Be original. Take your time. Find your own strength and your own footing before you get involved in this world. Because yes, the guys are extremely protective, respectful, chivalrous, kind. They are wonderful, wonderful gentlemen. But not all of them are, and not all situations are going to be what you want it to be. So you need to be prepared to know how to handle that. So ladies, young ladies, take it slow. Find who you are first. Find the kind of dating that you want first. And expect that out of your rock guys. Don't try and rush to live the life like I did. I would not tell you to do that now. I was out of control, and not in a bad way, but I already knew who I was. And I had a solid footing in what I wanted from life and a relationship. And what kind, that there are different types of relationships. Romantically, sexually, whatever. So until you understand that, really take it slow. Don't rush into anything. Do not expect anything. Okay? Gotta have a lot of strength. And know who you are. So, let this be a lesson. Because, like I said, it wasn't pretty for her. For a long time. Excuse me. It hurt Tisha for a while. But she was lucky to find a really sweet, caring, very handsome guy. And to start a wonderful family. And I have lost contact with her. But I hope she's doing well because she deserves it. She was truly a wonderful person who deserves something different when she first decided to become a Girl Scout. So, ladies, don't grow up too fast, okay? Enjoy every second of every age. Then when you turn 18, go wild. But even at 18, still, you're finding who you are and your strengths and your weaknesses. Use those to your advantage. Alright? Alright, guys. That was a tough one because it's not, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer with this and stuff, but that's a reality that happened. And this is reality. Like I say, I tell it like it is, even on my own self. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm going to steer you what this world is like. And for as many chivalrous, wonderful, respectful, kind men there are, there's going to be that one a-hole. She just happened to pick the one. So, get to know what you want and how the guy is, how to notice how the guy is treating you. And go from there. Alright? Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And you guys, again, a happy, happy new year. Let's all have an amazing year. I wish nothing but love, peace and happiness into your world. And may all your dreams come true, or you find the strength to pursue them. All right? So for that 50% that are just haunting me, hit that subscribe button. Find something new in the new year with me. Hit the like button. Hit the share. Don't forget to hit my bells. And we'll see you next time on Cocktails and Rocktails with me and Sophia. Cheers, big ears.